Hi, I'm Gaz. I make videos about almost anything, and today I'm going to tell you how I learned Hindi in just a couple of months. So stay tuned to the latest episode of the G-Log.
Meet radio and television personality Gaz Reynolds, the founder of World Domination Records and Great Drive Driving School. Like, comment and subscribe to be part of the journey. This is Gaz Reynolds, the G-Log.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the G-Log. Right, so I've travelled extensively around the world, probably travelled half of it I would say, and many of my journeys were to India. My first ex-wife was Indian. She was a famous TV Indian actress, and she actually taught me how to speak Hindi and Punjabi, because Hindi and Punjabi are very, very similar languages, and I became very, very fluent. Now, at one point I was living in India for about a year, and I also, when I came back to the UK, because I'm English obviously, I live in London, I used to travel to India probably every 6 months, and I actually established a bit of a music career as well, and I actually did a mini tour there many years ago. I was friends with Hans Raj, and he was a very affluent singer. I think he's sort of semi-retired now, although I think he's still got a big fan base. I even wrote him a couple of songs. They never were released though, unfortunately, but they were partly in Hindi and Punjabi, believe it or not. I actually recorded a song myself called Where Will You Go, Meri Sundari, and that is partly sung in English, partly sung in Hindi, and partly sung in Punjabi. Have a listen now. Now that song is very old, so don't get me wrong, but I think you'll probably agree, if you do speak Hindi, or if you're interested in Hindi, pretty good pronunciation, even if I do say so myself. And you know, it was very unusual for an English guy to be able to sing pop songs in Hindi, and they were original songs as well. So part of my music career really was, not always, but sometimes singing in Hindi and Punjabi, or a mixture of Hindi, Punjabi and English. I even performed live a couple of my songs in Hindi and Punjabi, and I got away with it, so it must have been pretty okay for my Asian audience or my Indian audience. So now, how did I become fluent? Well, you know, travelling to India and travelling around India, because I'd already got the basics down from my first ex-wife, who's Indian, as I said, you know, and she kept on correcting me on pronunciations, etc. And then I started watching a lot of Hindi movies, a lot of Punjabi movies, a lot of Hindi television, a lot of Punjabi television, and so I started to then be able to correct myself and start to work things out myself. Now, because Hindi and Punjabi are very similar languages, this really enabled me to kind of learn two languages at the same time. And anyone who's interested in learning Hindi or Punjabi, in fact, actually, if you're learning one, I would recommend learning the other at the same time, because the words and key phrases are very similar. So even when I was actually learning and I wasn't that fluent in the languages, I still understood what people were saying to me or talking around me. And again, listening to people's conversations and then even asking them in English, what does that word mean, and this phrase, I started to build up a very good vocabulary, and that, as I said, led on to me being able to then start writing songs in Hindi and Punjabi, and recording them as well. As I said, I'm not a Hindi singer, I'm not a Punjabi singer, I am an English dance artist really, who owns a record label, and you know, that was just part of my career. And I probably will actually record other tracks in the future using, I don't know, Hindi lyrics and Punjabi lyrics. I don't know yet, because I haven't written those tracks yet. I did release an album in my early years as well called Spiritual Nation, and again, a lot of those tracks were very inspired by India, and I partly sung in Hindi and Punjabi. That album actually is a bit sort of cringy, I think, but it was the beginning stages, rather like some of my earlier videos as well, some of my pop videos and stuff. I look back at them now and I sort of think, well, I had fun doing them in the day, but yeah, they look a bit cheesy now, a bit dated, but still they're part of my history and I'm proud of it. Today's positive shout out goes to Kieran Shah. So Kieran, there you go, you've had your positive shout out. If any of my viewers would like a positive shout out, please leave your comments down below, or you can send me an email. Anyway, that's my story of how I learnt Hindi and Punjabi. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, I would love to hear your comments in the comments section down below about maybe your travels to India, or how you learned Hindi or Punjabi or any other language. I will be bringing other stories about how I learned other languages and how they've been beneficial in my music career and in my everyday life really, because I'd say being able to speak Hindi and Punjabi now is very, very useful for me. Anyway, thanks for tuning in and I'll see you soon.
Hi mortals, I'm Jesus. You can now purchase Gaz Reynolds Presents The G-Log, Album Volume 1 from Apple Music, Spotify, and all major outlets around the world. Includes the massive hits Electronic Kama Sutra, I Only Hear You, and Dark Lady. This is one heavenly experience you won't forget. By the way, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button so that you can watch every episode of the G-Log religiously.
Out now, Gaz Reynolds' new album, The Wedding Album, as featured on Big Review TV and Radio Harrow. Available at iTunes and all major outlets worldwide.